Hello reefers and fish lovers, my name is Jeremy Wade and I am the Canadian Reef Master. However, lately I've been having a bit of fun doing a betta breeding project. Wild-type Betta splendens originates from Southeast Asia, such as Cambodia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. In this video, a part of my betta breeding project series, we will have a look at how I set up a betta breeding tank. I use a 2.5 gallon glass aquarium and fill it about half full with conditioned water. The conditioned water that I use is reverse osmosis and deionized water. This is excellent water as it has low carbonate hardness. This type of water is great for fish like bettas who don't like hard water. I fill the tank approximately half full with this water. As the water evaporates once I add the fish, it will stimulate breeding behaviors and the fish will start to make bubble nests, as this stimulates the seasonal changes in Southeast Asia. I add Indian almond leaves that will decrease the pH of the water and result in addition of tannins to the tank that will help condition the water for breeding. These tannins have antimicrobial properties that help ensure the health of the betta. I add a styrofoam plate that I have cut in half and folded together to make it look like a leaf. This has been attached to some suction cups to ensure it doesn't move. This is where the male betta will make its bubble nest. Because the betta is from a tropical environment, I ensure that there is also a heater in the tank. This will allow the temperature to be maintained at a constant temperature around 25 to 26 degrees Celsius. There are theories that the sex ratio may be altered based on the temperature, pH, and number of matings that the fish endures. The betta fish, like many other fish such as cichlids, have polygenic sex determination. In humans and other mammals, we have the XX and the XY chromosomes. This is a heterogametic male and female. Bettas seem to have a multi-polygenic sex determination. An X, a Y, a Z, and a W system, where a single genetic loci, often on a morphogenetically distinct chromosome, acts as a master switch for the determination of sex. In polygenetic sex determination, multiple independently segregated sex switches or loci or alleles determine sex within a species. The polygenic systems can arise through modification of an existing sex chromosome that creates a third functional sex chromosome at the same loci, or through modification of the autosomal loci elsewhere in the genome that creates a new input for the regulation of gonads and development. It is believed that this polygenic sex determination results in a higher reproductive fitness and may skew sex ratios determining on the loci that are expressed. Now, this information may be a bit above many people's heads. However, I find it quite interesting as I am a geneticist and have done many research projects on sex determination and reproductive fitness and evolution. Therefore, I find this quite fascinating. We'll look at some more genetics in bettas and betta fish breeding later on in another video. As you may have noticed, I also added some different plants to my tank. I added Java fern as well as a moss species. This will give a lot of room for the bettas to hide in, the fry to find food, and the female to take cover when she is being pestered by that male who wants to breed. The Indian almond leaves will release tannins into the water that will result in a reduced pH as well as that antimicrobial action. Here is the original Halfmoon plakat female betta that I had chosen to breed with the male. And here, the Halfmoon plakat koi betta male. He is absolutely spectacular and likes to show off in any reflection of my camera, of the glass, or if it sees another male. I make sure that he gets to see another male at least once a day for a few minutes so that he can stretch his fins and flare. The tank is ready, and I will now add the male betta fish. I add the male betta to the tank to allow him to become accustomed with his surroundings and feel comfortable. I will condition this fish in this tank for about a week. During this time, the water will evaporate and the level will lower. The evaporation of water will stimulate breeding as it simulates the seasonal changes seen in Southeast Asia. After about a week of conditioning the male in the tank, I will add the female. I use a clear plastic container that I've cut the top and bottom off to place in the tank and put the female in. This allows the female and the male to see each other, however they may not physically interact. I will continue to condition the two fish in this tank by feeding them brine shrimp and bloodworms multiple times a day for a few days. As the female and the male become acquainted, the male will start to build a bubble nest and display to the female that he wants to breed. Here you can see that the male has started to build his bubble nest under the styrofoam plate that I prepared for him to build his nest under. In the courtship of the betta, the size of the bubble nest as well as the finnage and color displayed by the male will help the female decide whether she wants to breed with him or not. There are times where the female that you have conditioned may have no interest in the male, and therefore it is a good idea to have a second female conditioned for breeding. This is the second Halfmoon Platkat female betta that I chose to breed with the male. I am hoping that I can get some good coloration out of the offspring. I hope you enjoyed this video in the series of my betta breeding project. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch for future updates on my betta breeding project and my reef aquarium.